Trap set. Yep. Got something in mind? making today? Shebar. I'm ready to work. Anything catch your eye? Shebar. Got something in mind? Got something in mind? Fit you to a T.
from the others.
Monster are we after this time? Commencing quest now. Are you prepared? A supply shipment's come in. Hope you find something useful. hop off for now. Use this if you need some heal. right. I'll be waiting here.
Hey. Got something in mind? You know where to find me.
Yes. Fired up! Commencing quest now. Are you prepared? monster! Look at the size of that scar! You up quick? This is a rare research opportunity. Can't let it go to waste.
making today? Ready to work. Alrighty. Perfection. Anything catch your eye? What are we making today? Fit you to a T. Right.
The hunt is on! Let's have another hunt with no surprises today. A supply shipment's coming. Hope you find something useful.
25 million views on Disney Plus. And then down here, it's according to the Mouse House, the Marvel television series reached 75 million views in its first 5 days of availability on Disney Plus.
That's all.
With a defined as a total screen time divided by runtime. That makes it the biggest
Must be how the
screen
wind feels.
debut on the platform this year. Show officially launching this before. Disney does not regularly release leadership information about its streaming shows, so exact comparisons are a bit difficult. But for some context, it was previously reported that the study hit ground drama Paradise drew 70 million views across its first 9 days of streaming on Hulu Disney Plus this year. The first episode of the fellow Marvel show, Agatha All Along, hit 9.8 million views in its first week of availability in September 2021. So you see 2 points trying to pop up into the first one, saying it's the Disney Disney Plus. Also, that's the question because Disney Plus is not producing any regular films. So now that out there, that no one see this mention, but watch this, the 7.5 million. Agatha on this is for Marvel, so comparing Ghost is really bad. It's that book is out. This is still much longer than Star Wars actually folded during that same generation. Well over 100 years. So why difference anything involved with this show really pathetic money. But they're coming everything the power to compare shows to other shows and do any way to show success, but it's just a more failure. So I know a lot of people are just a lot of people trust me. So I was thinking out it was such today, as I look at various topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you.
I'm glad you're all right. Don't worry, you'll get him next time.
Going through and
We've been given
finding
more
some of the best
supplies.
players
Check your sacred
in Rivals. And for today, found potentially get number one, not potentially, this is actually the first person who's been number one on this ranking before. We had to do a little analyze the data. It's like the win rates and MVPs, SVPs, and things like that. And this was the first by far undisputed Scarlet player.
Leave this to me! Heels inbound!
I'm at 5.0. Just off of one which again, one of them all in my eternity. It's off of 100. And it's at 0.5% in rank with 112 games on Scarlet, which is easy. So, I figured it's not just this here. I watched recently, and I got inspired by it. Stop to give the super to help break down the number one. I was going to get the no. I need to insist that I should watch this first. I didn't understand why this is me. They finally upload this new. It's like oh, hello. So I think we'll put a visual check there if we can get
This'll press you up quick!
so I'm going to say that so right click is the burst damage, that's what these charges are. And then the E is like the stun version. That's like the orb that if you walk into it, you get stunned for a second. So it throws the stun at the choke, throws it to the right next to the choke. All well and good, makes sense. We're all walking through it anyways. Nothing crazy so far though, just poking, playing routine. Takes the 1v1 for poking, or the poking. Actually, if they use these dude, I can't tell these sometimes.
Don't want to be a fish.
But today it's more magnets. So, besides it's I'm expecting something.
Shot trap down, ready for you.
After all this next week, is this talking about some other outside and then they can just this next part raise my eyebrow and block this. Like this is the next discussion. Hold on. It's one shadow. It's the same. Shadows. See, this just tells me that shadows is not the master problem to sleep with the side. So we've already had these discussions behind closed doors, it's already this means that we know, despite whatever shadows ends up selling, that they're essentially cooking what it is. You don't sell your bread and butter and use the sandwich. Remember, you aren't something you can see there that you look inside it. No, this is so bad. So I can talk about I'm going to so I can talk almost all of that's what this important Xbox is 65 Xbox is charges, Microsoft does Sure. Yeah. Process. So as to extract the best value from the Cell's assets and franchises from all stakeholders. The Cell can work with multiple regulations and deadlines and transactions. Oh my god, that's such a big part. It's all just working without you. Everyone shut up while we try to ensure we get as much money as possible for our failing franchises. Guys, back in October 2024, Microsoft yeah, what's going to buy it? It's Tencent buying them outright. This reality is becoming more and more possible. Even though the family besides such as deception, fraud, or announcement family has been trying to stall Tencent. Not really for all time. They even attempted to publish a deal where Tencent get the majority of the stock it's still trying to sell by the sizes. Watch the very downfall of my not a sauce. This possible. If you don't sell I can see that special for 6. This doesn't The Harry Potter series is off to a great start, as they have already been destroying the case of Harry, Papa, Essie, and Snape. Now they want to be good for those two great efforts. Like Snape. And of course, for the books, Wales, or Skin, or Sell Mills, on Marvel Fights, Red Thorns, they will sell. Why am I Snape is English? And asking all this true so but as soon as the CD came through the door with that name on it, should be enough to go in. Don't come back. Probably don't really get Harry Potter fan. I've seen the majority of the movies, and I haven't read the books, so I'm not emotionally connected with the character at all. That means that the swap itself is just a technical connection. What I'm interested in more is how it changes the swap economy. So all in all, this works out great. Then if we decorate it up, we end up looking like this. Finish Agitator with 3 Challenger decorations in the 3 slots. We finish Antivirus with 2 1 slots. We finish Constitution with the remaining 3 1 slots, which is really, really nice to still have that kind of stamina management. And
may see that there is no stamina surge here. That's because if we're spamming Dragon Piercer, well, it's actually not that brutal at all on our stamina, coupled with discerning dodge, giving us those bursts of stamina back too, and you'll find that it's plenty comfortable without it. Then that just leaves 3 and 2 slots. I personally have put in a level 3 Counter-Strike because if you're going to be playing Dragon Piercer, you are going to be sat there charging the Piercer a lot, and we are all mere mortal humans. You will occasionally get hit, and the extra for doing so is really, really important and meaty to.
Yep. Got something in mind? Yo. Done already?
Atmosphere and reflect themselves on Harry Potter fans themselves, as the Harry Potter franchise is all built around divided, not just from the source material, but from the author, the writing author, and her beliefs. Harry Potter audience who have been trying to divide themselves from J.K. Rowling for a long time, even going so far as stripping the books of their name and reselling them without it, because despite the fact that J.K. Rowling agrees with them on nearly every single radical belief, he disagrees with them on one item, and that's enough. Fans have been trying to strip J.K. Rowling from the property for a long time. There's been protests and attempted boycotts over Harry Potter content, but none of it worked. Even when gaming forums and publications banned actual discussion of the game itself, well, they still played it because this is a group of people which Harry Potter is their childhood. It's the property they care most about. It's where all their nostalgia is. So even when they despise the author, they have no option but to try and separate her from it because it means so much to them. The Gamer wrote an entire hit piece about how games media has failed the Hogwarts Legacy test because this is where we're at. The toy is just too good for us to care about anything else. And despite the fact that J.K. Rowling is still profiting financially from every Harry Potter sale that goes on, they're more attached to the IP than are the ideology. The Harry Potter franchise has essentially been a woke civil war. They hate the artists, they love the IP, but hates that they love the IP. Meanwhile, there's another group that hates the people that love the IP. These groups
Well, yep.
no defense against their own ideology. They can't do this without a boycott. They're getting everything they want. Hogwarts Legacy even put their anti-J.K. Rowling character into the game, but it's still not going to work. These are the people that have been diagnosed as conclusion, like it's a good thing. No, everyone else knows.
Got something in mind?
The lack of standards and diversity changes the inherent atmosphere of the story. Except this makes everything the same grade wash. Nothing is from anywhere.
See you later.
Anyone. Harry Potter being a franchise replaced with people in order for authentic group. J.K. Rowling managed this move by banning American actors. And that's the great move. That's gone out of the window. Yes, we've seen how people with the wrong actors actually needs more. So it's not just the coded characters. Look, the show this is the name of priorities one. They're casting them specifically because they are not the original. The original original needs to be replaced. Basically, the problem you have a superior to the code nation. Therefore, it takes precedence over it. This means that not only do you not get the original source materials you like, but you get a foreign, perverted, alien version of it, which is not just only not offensive, but actively offensive to the original source material. It won't even say right.
The hunt is over!
And
Immense request now. Are you
the
prepared?
only way you can include more of anything is to lower your standards to include that you're executing the whole. Quality bar and diverse universe. If we change everything and bring it up, it will be better in some way. They bring out something I like. Now that we've got the risk. Harry Potter, but the audio does slip up and says this is another problem. Is the Lord of the Rings also involved in transitioning to a small screen on the Amazon series? And it certainly did. They came out and altered the source material of Lord of the Rings and made a real stinker. To be fair, I looked at it down through our hearts. This is also something that did not do when they replaced the British people with a romantic cheesy gas. Well,
This must be how the wind feels.
don't silence. I just listen. Somebody wanted to do a big dance number on the show. A big ES dance routine that destroys the culture or maybe and instead, what was it like? This like up. Is I've got a black flat on me and find out red showers and crystal sorry. You have to explain pages they changed it for races. They have to break off. Not following the way of it's one plus one. Oh, well, it's a big everyone is white. Just like
Power up activate!
lying to you about having a baby.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
It's a British show. This is why and yet something wrong with it. They think of how people hear it, so they change the casting. Make the story of the casting. Because otherwise you've got an element that everyone knows that you have to talk about when you change it. Because otherwise there's no reason to make the change because you think it's better.
show, and in doing so, destroying the actual show that was meant to exist. Oh, we had an elf. The elf was someone. There's one guy, he needed attention from something that elf was exist to be no. I thought that represent Brazil. The British. And all of
This'll freshen you up, Click. Wait, almost there.
And it all multiplies. And that's what you want. Oh, this is the direction changes the atmosphere first, because you're always waiting for the next time there's something that doesn't belong. And that's sort of my perspective. These are all things we've seen in the show.
This is a rare research.
With the Obi-Wan, every time this has been added in shows since we've had the same responses. We're all bigots. This is disgusting. I can't believe you've done this to us. We just came along here on making a TV show, but you bigots want to leave us alone.
Some of the fan base just sickened into my stomach with Star Wars.
And everyone watching this video will have seen that, will have recalled it, and it doesn't have any effect anymore. But there's a large group of people out there that were the ones doing this, that were on social media attacking people for not wanting this, that were attacking people over the Doctor Who changes, or were aligning the Rings of Power showrunners when they were talking about review bombing and calling the show critics basically evil.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate. I stand against hate.
Anything catch your eye?
Anything to things like Doctor Who, they went Star Wars, and were probably all on board when Tolkien and Orwell were linked to extremism, but they were never attached to any of these ideas. That's about to change. They do like Harry Potter. They tried to form boycotts around it, and it doesn't work. They can't resist it. The toy is too good to play with. They're about to witness something they care about destroyed by their own ideology, and they have no defense against it. When the cast of Harry Potter starts condemning their commentary about the show, about the changes, criticizing the alterations that they make because they now feel they need to represent all politics about what Harry Potter is.
Perfection.
They'll be forced to agree, despite the fact that they know it's wrong. This will be the equivalent of a dog pissing on the carpet and the thing is no problem. You've spent years destroying every single franchise you could and attacking them, trying to save them, all because you believe
fun in their IPs were burned that you didn't care about. You hated what those IPs were based on, and you thought it was so much better.
Come back anytime.
Since it didn't belong there.
I feel like history is on a progressive trajectory. As someone who's become a sort of de facto activist,
And now, it's happening to you. They don't have any arguments against it, so they won't be able to make any decisions. They've never thought about any of these topics before, and they've seen it by people that have. They attack them. They can hardly side with them now. With basic questions about Hogwarts legacy, why are they calling me they? They thought nothing of them except that they were a perpetual child. And likely their only defense against it will simply be to ban discussion about it in the first place. I mean, these are people who actually exiled their family members, all because they purchased a game. And if you go against their wishes, well, they'll spam spoilers.
Right.
They'll go down to simply trying to ruin your enjoyment of something. The thing is, now their enjoyment will be ruined. Now the bitter, sad, sick, and twisted people are having their ideology forced down their throats and feeling the consequences of it. And as much as they normally like that, now they're going to feel a different set of consequences. They won't like the change because it's obviously not what they want, but maybe they'll convince themselves to logical loophole try to go, well, no, I'm better than that. I just like the output more than the plot material. Yeah, it's not a great casting, but maybe it'll be good. And then the show will go on. We'll find out that it isn't just that, because it's never just that. It's like Rings of Power, Doctor Who. It brings with it all the ideological, cultural baggage. It will change the
I'll be
source
waiting
material that you want, and they will end up with a perverted version of everything they want. It will be Wheel of Time, but in the Harry Potter world, and they won't be able to defense about it because they'll all be banned, all scared, all scared to be all this ousted. You can even end up with a situation where everyone else tells their entire friend group they really like it. Oh, I have no problem with the changes, because nobody wants to be the one that's exiled, despite the fact that they all think it. They might all virtue signal over having no problem with the show, while all having the same problem, because they've had a lunatic situation to get into where nobody can just tell each other the truth. Everyone's so scared of not being part of the consensus that they create their own false consensus. They simply say what they think everybody else thinks, despite the fact that none of them actually believe it. So, we think,
I think it's a beautiful lie.
because the only thing they can do now is follow the ideology, which says this is fine. And so when they get to the lynching, even though it doesn't make sense in the British context, you've already brought in all the foreign cultural baggage. So now you have to face it. Now it changes the entire scene, the entire story, whether you want it to or not. But now it's their childhood. Now it's something they want. Now they're being told by their own ideology that everything they liked as a child was wrong. And we can prove it if only you let us set fire to it. These are people about to be confronted with the same thing that gamers were about Hogwarts Legacy. Articles from places like The Conversation talking about how, J.K. Rowling did have some foreigners in the books, but they were just tokens. J.K. Rowling's simply trying to do a hindsight representation. She's going back through and changing people that we all know weren't that way, but they are now. Just because she's claiming, I didn't exactly say it because it was England, so you didn't need to. They'll have to contend with people claiming their IP as their own. Oh, actually, no. I mean, Harry Potter was always African and faced basically being called to evil. And while you didn't exclude anyone before, they did have to fit in, didn't they? That's wrong. People should be made to fit into your world. They should be made to like your world. You should simply capitulate and give your world over to them. Sure, Harry Potter may have had default thinking about what it meant to be English, and you may have historically ignored things like race, gender, and all that kind of crap. But if you don't focus on it, foreigners can be erased from your English culture. J.K. Rowling has been criticised for basically everything at this point about the books, because they just weren't modern enough. You are about to witness an entire group of people come face to face with the monster that they create. If you think they eat their own so far, you've seen nothing yet. I remember the wars on Reddit that happened over the time. People got kicked out of subreddits. Some of the subreddits got took down by the moderators because they weren't allowed to exist. You had to witness it all over again with Harry Potter. We are going to witness levels of life comes at you fast, hitherto unknown, because they weren't wrong when they were doing that Lord of the Rings or the Doctor Who. Or they weren't masculine props because they had male values, and as such they were always going to lean toward one side. They were never of the modern world and minority. They were never of that crowd. One of them, they went to some gender to convert them. It was like taking an enemy's castle. Now, they've destroyed all the biggest IPs. Now, they are being forced to eat their own. And nobody likes this stuff, no matter what the ideology. The Acolyte was the perfect epitome of every single ideological leaning that you could have. Every tick box, every idea, every double standard was all represented in the Acolyte. And it died. Because even they don't like the entertainment that comes about as a result of their ideology. They don't watch any of this stuff.
They just like taking something that other people have, something that belongs to them, and watching it burn to the ground. They like perversity. They like the sense of winning. So they'll cheer for a show being created. It's everything they want. They'll laugh as it destroys the Star Wars that you enjoy. They won't watch it. They never thought a million years ago they wanted something they wanted. But now they have no defenses, no arguments, no way of fighting back. They can only sit there. Virtue signals to their friends as they watch their childhood be destroyed and rewritten in front of them. And they may even think that they've been improvements. No, of course we want our characters to swap for all the rest of the world. But it won't be until they witness it in front of themselves, when they realise they feel nothing for it, that it has no connection, no motivation, none of the characteristics that make them like the story in the first place. Only then will the chickens come time to roost. But the most interesting thing about this is that Harry Potter itself is like Lord of the Rings for a different generation and a different audience. J.K. Rowling, being so progressive in herself, did make it a progressive IP. And this will be the proof, the icing on the cake, that their ideology doesn't even work for their own IP. Despite all the hype, despite the excitement this show may have had, despite people who should have known better, giving it the benefit of the doubt, this casting alone killed all of those hopes, because it showed what they valued and what they were going to do. And now, the most interesting part of it will be witnessing the people who asked for it, demanding it, the people who attacked anyone that stood against it, getting what they deserved. Oh, you may have laughed when they came to destroy the IPs that I cared about. Now, the biggest on the other foot, but this is going to be glorious. Okay, maybe they won't be able to appreciate exactly why their IPs were destroyed. When they go looking for it, there will be those which have seen this happen before who can explain it to them, although I'm not sure they'll be quite so happy when they realise the problem's been them all along. Well, those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments below, like, subscribe. More videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Clea really is an interesting... One word is woman. One word is woman.
Now, the Western world has become a big, free asylum. Here are times the crazies got put in their place instantly. You know the drill? Like, comment, and subscribe.
I untold human.
Yeah, human being.
Yeah, still human.
Yeah, okay. So
You still it's a human, but it's
the replacement for fetus is just a dehumanized baby. How about when a baby can feel pain? Should we draw a line then?
well, they don't feel pain until the thalamus connects with the sensory cortex, which happens at 27 weeks.
No, it happens around 12 weeks. When does a heartbeat start?
At 6 weeks, but that doesn't matter if it doesn't.
But you got brain waves, you got a heartbeat, they have unique DNA, unique fingerprint, and somehow that's not alive?
Well, can I ask you, do you think that if you have the ability to see, taste, hear anything, or have any sort of ability to access your sensory abilities, do you think you still have God?
But that's not all that a human being is, though.
Well, I'm saying
It's
that
all the process of development, right?
Yeah.
So, do you remember what you did when you were 7 months old? Probably not, but you were still alive.
Yeah.
You don't remember what you did when you were 4 years old all the time when you were still alive. So the ability to capture those senses into memories, or even self-awareness, is not evidence of you being alive or not alive. Instead, it's the question of when does the process of life begin? And you would even say conception.
I would say that you could say that's a biologically alive, a brain-dead person may have electrical brain impulses in the brain, and we don't consider them alive.
A brain-dead person might never have an ability to get back to a full, complete life. Whereas a baby at 4 weeks or 6 weeks, if given the ability, absent a miscarriage, they'll fully develop into a human being. The only thing that will stop that is an intervention. What about children that develop slowly? Are we supposed to get rid of them as well? The pro-choice argument is just cruel. That's all.
And when we disorder our rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and some people's liberty goes before someone else's life, or someone's pursuit of happiness goes before someone else's liberty, bad, terrible things happen that result in slavery, subjugation, and death.
So if I came up with my own religion,
Oh,
that it's satanic, I was satanic, I
Yep.
believe, and I
Yep,
am,
that's right.
I'm a practicing pagan.
Yep.
I believe that I can do whatever I want,
Yep.
and I have the right to an abortion in my religion. And
In many states that have restrictive laws against abortion, the Temple of Satan is officially suing and asking for injunctions, stating that laws that prevent abortion prohibit Satanists from perhaps practicing their religion, meaning that because they believe a woman should be able to sacrifice a child to abortion as part of the religious practice. So do you agree with the Church of Satan?
I believe that, yeah, Church of Satan should be able to do whatever they want. It's religion, religious freedom. I mean, I believe we're in a free country. I believe in religious freedom.
I mean, hey, you're the one who just had to agree to agree with the Church of Satan.
I believe we're in a free country, and we're in America. God bless America. We're in a free country. We should all be like. I'm just saying what you guys say. God bless America, right? You're a Christian. I'm putting myself in your position. God is the main religion in America, correct?
Why did she get so triggered towards the end? So now it's not about women's rights, it's about human sacrifice. Let's see how that goes.
Private property. I won't be going to the restroom.
I know Israel loves to take a private property and saying it's their own, but we gotta have.
You're not going to get me going to the restroom.
I need you to leave.
I want you to go to the restroom. You're not going to get me into the restroom.
You can use our other restroom. We have another
No, I
restroom.
want to use this one.
What's your name? 1948, ladies. $3 $3. That's always.
Thank you.
That's always. Yeah, great. We love it.
So these three colorful individuals prevented a customer from using their bathroom because she was Jewish. Well, they got fired. They should have been sued, but with that cheap hair dye, I doubt they can afford the price of their action.
Do you think the American right or the American left currently is doing a better job of protecting the idea of freedom of speech?
Actually, they're both sucking pretty hardcore. They're both being absolutely horrible at it.
How is the right being horrible at that?
They're both being horrible in the exact same way. And it's who are they protecting or standing up for free speech for? Like, free speech for who?
I ask a theoretical question. Do you think if a liberal came to speak at University of Kentucky, they'd give an open mic like I just did to a conservative and had a discussion like this? No, they wouldn't. Because speech is not a left-wing value. That's why Chuck Schumer went on the Senate floor and called for the censorship of a cable television program. I think it's rather clear there's one side that is trying to do everything they can to shut one side up, and one side that's trying to open up the marketplace of ideas.
If you think the left and right are on the same level when it comes to free speech, you must be talking about the sides of your bed, not the political sides.
So I recently told my parents that I may be a little bit romantically interested in women. And that was a big shock for them, considering the past 10 years of coming out as gay, then queer, then non-binary, then trans. And I think it was just a bit of a shock. So I told my dad, he goes, well, I would love to see you get pregnant. And I said, oh no, you shouldn't be getting me pregnant. And then he said, what, are you a vagina now? And I said, never say never. And then I tell my mom, and she goes, I would just love to see you walk. And in California, that's sort of, a parent's dream. It's not having kids, getting married. It's are you able to own a house? That would be nice.
Okay, you know how so many people are calling Kamala Harris a flip-flopper? I get that idea, but there is one problem with this analogy. Calling her a flip-flopper means that she actually stood for something, that she actually held a deeply held belief on an issue and then flipped her view on said issue. I don't think Kamala Harris has ever held herself to a set of values or principles. She only takes vague positions based on what serves her politically in the most. That's why we see her shift so many of her positions. For example, have you noticed now that Pennsylvania is so critical to her path to the White House, Harris claims to support fracking, says she's never been opposed to it? Liar. Now let's take illegal immigration. Why pay for it? It's become a national crisis under Vice President Czar Harris's watch, and now she's in favor of increased border security and a border wall. How convenient. So Kamala Harris is more of an empty suit than a flip-flopper. She's an empty suit that is filled up with word salad and divisive rhetoric that she will play on emotions to divide. But I think the American people are smarter than that.
I like the term word salad. Like it a lot.
What a good little call. You're doing what you're supposed to do inside the call. Look how happy she looks. I have a question for you. I'm going to need you to use your head on this one. What rights don't you have?
Well, the gramophone made for a man or them or me. Whoever you feel you are today, what rights do you not have?
Former employees of OCF Coffee House rallied outside of the now closed Fairmount Cafe on Tuesday.
We just paid really bad wages, and this is just This was our attempt to get better wages and like make the place that we love better.
Coffee shops are owned by OCF Realty. Real estate brokerage announced the closures to employees in an email, which included 2 other locations in South Philly. Workers like Alex Simpson say they were shocked.
I am pretty crushed, especially when it's such a blatant response to our union process. Like this comes a week after we publicly announced it.
So, transfer, it sounds like some common problem.
Way to go.
Fairly unprofitable business. $20 for police customers over pronouns and identity. Yeah, fine. Well, you guys can start your own coffee business. That way, the employees get paid the wage. Margin.
I'm very glad that none of these opinions are actually accepted in the union. I've been for over 70 years. Synthesis on
Well, okay, so the notion that they have been accepted for over 70 years is a bizarre one, considering they were accepted until about 5 minutes ago. And the basic idea that male and female do not exist starts goes to all of the male in biology, all of them, not just human. Are we to suggest that gender and sex are different in roles? It's like, are they different in pairs? Anytime you navigate, anytime you have all of them, there's these sexual dichotomies between male and female, which scare that, but also just semantic warfare that specifically has no bearing on whether male and female are categories that exist. If you are trying to use the male and female with reference to any subjective category that cannot be identified by any measure whatsoever other than for today, I challenge whether that is scientific or whether that is really a self-perception that is being guided by a political agenda.
You got a good example there?
I'm a free law student, so just thinking about like the boy being men and being white male, even our own black males really impacting us like, oh, you're providing this position or you're making this much money. So like those are her roles that black people take in America. So whether it's emotionally getting a husband, being happy later on in life, that's kind of like placed on you because you're doing welfare, so and not the other person. So yeah.
Well, my sister's actually a lawyer. She's married, got 3 beautiful daughters. She's very successful and entrepreneurial. So when I hear things about what's holding you back, I think it's more about what are you not doing to overcome those things. So I think right now, when you see people like her as an example, you can't sit back and be like, I can't do that. You should see that as a possibility that that's able for me too, right?
If she had great vendors, did their job. Crazy how nothing she talked about wasn't usually a problem.
What you're saying, you're saying that
Yes.
the offer return system
Again, they're not saying applied to biological male. Every category, in each category, male, and you say that male in this category, there are no definitions. There are no definitions. And to paraphrase my friend Matt Walsh, I'm going to need to explain what a woman is without reference to a woman.
Do you think that he can identify as a black man?
No, I don't.
Why?
He's not dark skinned.
He can identify as a woman.
If he was,
Why can't he identify as
Okay, and I'm not denying that it's bad. But you can say the person that I was saying that you are not the sex but you're so big. You're big with the issue that I wish you guys feel whatever the subject or feel like it's me. And I'm supposed to pretend I'm true. And men are women are men. No. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify this biology. because it threatens her subjective sense of what you are. I'm saying the Boy Scouts are scared. You must be a biological voice. Your voice is the Boy Scout. And even named Boy Scouts.
This is a debate for this.
I'm disagreeing because I say no. And if that makes you and your support you just said if you know that it's positive that everything's with that not to mention the 800,000 women died.
I'm in favor of women being able to choose how to. So you're not what with the side.
Okay, but sorry for me, sir. No, you said I said it's pretty good. No, that's exactly and you are responsible for the women who died from legal abortion, not to mention the 800,000 women.
Being against abortion causes deaths of women, but advocating for it doesn't. Wokies make a sleep-talking baby sound smart.
Did you just tell me I don't have a uterus? Well, you could tell me I don't if I typed it. My pronouns are uterus owner male.
I don't know what I'm looking at, but I think the flame on her head needs to be put out.
Is that milk from leather or is that artificial?
Yeah, it's vegan.
Okay. It's leather?
Yeah, it's not someone's skin.
So it's actually an artificial product. That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, no one was shot in the head from my belt. Vegan leather. So it's synthetic material and no one was shot in the head.
So that's been a synthetic material you've got that produced as much CO2 as driving my car from here to Darwin.
Actually, the scientific resource.
Go WHO, the United Nations WHO website, that will actually show you that for every 500 grams of synthetic materials created, they produce as much CO2 as drive from 2,000 cars.
Ugh, this body-beating vegan girl again. Are cows who she refers to as someone? I guess coconut trees must be somebody's aunties. Well, it's about
Both genders? Both? Like 1 and 2? Both? There's 2 genders?
The person who took the name advertising in the baseline, fire, you shut down the conversation.
It's fun watching a live snitch on himself. It's really fun.
I just had one of the worst experiences of my life. I decided to go out today for the first time as a woman without makeup. I didn't feel like putting any of it on, having to deal with it. And people were so nasty and mean to me. They were making snide little comments. They were snickering behind my back. And when I went to use the restroom, there was a woman and her daughter, and the woman cursed at me before she stormed out of the restroom. What did you expect? It was the worst experience of my life, and I don't want anyone else to have to go through that.
Look, it's this weirdo again, impatiently waiting for the day he screams, "Gotcha!" It was all a joke. Kind of like that girlhood comedian Dylan Mulvaney.
I mean, just all the firemen, the fists, and the cameras and everything, to me, it's like not using the healthy conversation. I think it's inherently threatening a lot of people.
I'm sitting behind the table.
Isn't it?
But then, if you're emotionally threatened,
That's what it is.
I mean, like, aliens leave nothing in the world. No one cares about how you feel except for yourself and maybe your mother. Aliens are irrelevant. Now I'm sharing my logic, my facts, my thoughts. I just only want how I feel. There's a difference.
Feelings and facts are two different biochemical systems in how the mind and the body operates. Feelings are based on emotion, rising blood levels, more blood pressure, so on and so forth. Facts and logic are over long periods of time through reflection and through using math, science, and as data. No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not telling you how I feel, I'm telling you what I think.
Somebody get this man child his knowledge. Does he whine if his professor hurts his feelings as well? What about Uber drivers? Maybe we should have a word with his father.
You know, I like you. You know, focus on focusing on bigger things than conversations there. I would agree with some of that, but jumping the border is not a choice. Their parents should be deported. Maybe given a second chance. Yeah. Trump actually would have allowed the Dreamers to stay, and the Democrats opposed it. And why do I wear an ICE hat? The number one population ICE goes after are child sex traffickers. They've arrested 14,000 child sex traffickers this year, 14,000. The second population that ICE goes after are MS-13 gang members, of which no one can make a moral defense that it's a good thing that the MS-13 population in America is growing. U.S. Border Patrol is called a racist organization. 56% of Border Patrol agents are Hispanic.
Don't you wonder where they get their information from? Get fed hate and you just take it because you love to hate.
What do you think socialism is? Because I think you're misunderstood.
Socialism is what I see, which is the implementation of totalitarian control on the means of the best interest of people under the guise of the failed doctrine of Marx and Engels. Just because you say it wrong doesn't make it right.
Just because you say I'm wrong doesn't make you right.
No, it actually does, because everywhere socialism has been implemented, you've seen catastrophic human deaths.
I'll let you know what socialism is.
Well, what makes you a subject matter expert on 100 million people that have died?
Are you a subject matter expert on that?
I actually am.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you have a degree in it?
Well, just because you have a degree doesn't mean more than other
Do you
people.
do research on it?
Plenty, more than you.
Get that smirk off your face. That was painful to watch. Absolutely nothing worse than thinking you're smart when you're actually not. Would it hurt to learn the definition next time before coming up?
Where you only how do you know that I don't care about you? Look at you. You are right now arguing about fetuses, but you don't understand if mothers. Yeah, I'm a mother. They are. But you are a sentient being. You are living. You are feeling. A fetus that is inside your body is not feeling. A child even know. Pro-choice and pro-life scholars agree in the Journal of Medical Ethics that as early as 12 and a half days, the child, the fetus in the womb, can feel extraordinary pain during an abortion. Okay, I need you to send that shit to me. Well, you can Google, but I can bring it up. I have my personal copy. Yes, it's the Journal. I think it's Journal of Medical Ethics. If you can convince me, I will teach you mine. Fetal pain in the first trimester. So here we go. So this is National Institutes of Health. This is 2022. So I really just take a picture of it. But this is on the NIH PubMed.gov. You found it. That's what you found it.
If you can show me, I'll change my mind.
What are we making?
Well, you have been shown, and I sure hope you change your mind.
Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, is that right?
Right. It's a biological thing.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? Cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, it maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a
womanhood? Is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
So what did you mean when you said trans women are women? If you don't know what it means, right?
So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a womanhood. Is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people that describes what? People who identify as a woman.
And identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own. Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity.
What is a woman? The $1 million question. If only science had defined this centuries ago. Oh, wait, it did?
What's up, Charles, man? You're on record for stating, and I quote, "This is the gayest generation of America." What are your overall thoughts on this? Because some of your opponents seem to believe you have homosexual tendencies.
Well, it is the gayest generation. Every fact shows that more young people are gay than any other generation. So, is there something you'd like to tell me, or do you want to just read off the phone and parents?
Oh, no, I wrote down that question. It's like I said, man. What are your overall thoughts on that?
My thoughts? Yeah, I think my record of my marriage speaks for itself. But is there something you want to tell us about your own?
I mean, you don't gotta accuse me of being gay just because you're married. Don't mean that you're not homosexual.
Well, you came up there asking like the gayest generation. I got some questions about you, man.
I mean, you're coming to my campus and I represent calling us one of the gayest generation. Well, it is in America.
Why not if you're lesbian, gay, or trans?
And even though I go
The gayest generation ever.
congrats, man.
Congrats. No, it's not a good thing, actually.
Use them as tricks.
What's supposed to assume gender and sexuality are the rules different from what they were as so strange. Sexual don't believe in the homosexual or the attracted to drag. Why the heck did it cause me? You guys just work this. How about that? Well, I was offended. What did you expect?
Good for you. Like, yeah.
If I told you that I was Chinese, what would you tell me?
I gathered some materials too.
I see the deal with some red. Let's say, good for you. Like, yeah, be who you are.
If I told you that I was 7 years old, what would you expect?
There, that's our target.
You feel 7 at heart, but it's okay. Good for you.
So, I can be the Chinese woman. But you can't be 6'5".
Definitely changed.
Right on top.
Disagreement is not gaslighting. Conflict is not abuse. Taking offense is not being triggered. Everything does not need to be normalized. Speaking like an HR memo is being an insecure man doesn't make you a woman. Being a misandrist doesn't make you a feminist.
That's right. They don't want to be referred to as the enemy. All decent people respect that wish and don't get angry. So minority communities find it offensive. I think that's simply what people are also asking. Clearly, as someone who grew up in the 1970s and saw the National Front march through different areas, using fancy language of black and Asian people, terrorizing people, it's below 55, attacks on Asian homes and shops, temples and mosques. I don't want to see that.
So just like the words or the end speech is just a opportunity to second as I think
activities. These 45 years that set space. So what I was actually that people who live in it decide little
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
but you know that people we're back to the question of being used in open spaces. I can't if I need to be people and come to be in our open spaces. So I need to be able to feel more and more and be able to expand the other things to come in. And this is just talking about the
Might be able to use them as a trap.
is male. Specifically, these are not three words.
You were thinking about your ears like players when you were 14.
Looked like a piece of trailer park mom with 3 kids and their father. This is the work from the beginning. This is the years. If gender was done by gender, why was there even that?
You just keep very quickly.
What is massage?
accepted in academia, then for over 70 years. Simple zero.
Well, okay, so the notion that they haven't been accepted for over 70 years is a bizarre one, considering they were accepted until about 5 minutes ago. And the basic idea that male and female do not exist runs counter to all the mammalian biology, all of it, not just human. Are we to suggest that gender and sex are different in walruses? How does this work exactly? Like, are they different in bears? Anytime you have all the mammalian reproduction, it's rooted in the idea that there's a sexual dichotomy between male and female. To obscure that with all sorts of semantic word games about how you feel subjectively has no bearing on whether male and female are categories that exist. And if you're trying to define male and female with reference to any subjective category that cannot be identified by any metric whatsoever other than how you feel today, I challenge whether that is scientific or whether that is merely a self-perception that is being guided by a political agenda.
Must have been anticipating an argument. Didn't just cooked her slim like Shady. I hope she brought a pen. Else she's just not got a good education.
You keep defining abortion as the murder of babies, which biological fact is you would say most abortions are done before they are actually babies. It's still just a fetus. So my
Do
question,
you know what the word fetus means?
it's just a cluster inside the baby eventually.
The word fetus, it's a Latin word, and it just means offspring. That's all it means. It just means the next generation of a being. So but that's what the baby is also. I mean, that's what you would call your adult child someday once he's grown and completely has.
Can I ask my question?
Well, I'm just like to clarify this point. You would call your adult child an offspring, which means that
What are we making today?
you might use fetus, embryo, one they left zygote, which sounds like a Pokemon. But they use all these different terms, but it's all referring to the same being. And you were that.
Ready to get to work?
You, the person who's standing there right now.
Let's have a memory thing.
Alrighty.
No, I think the memory of last thing said, right? It's been a very busy week, but the lack of a memory doesn't, it's all right that we're
Came in looking all smug, but ended up leaving with $5.
Do you think that he can identify as a black man?
Perfect.
No, I don't.
Why?
He's not dark skinned.
He can identify as a woman.
If he wants to be.
So why can't he identify as DeQuavius Johnson III? Can you identify as a black person?
No,
Why?
I'm not black.
I'm not a woman, but I can identify as a woman.
Yeah, the long woman, that's what you should be doing. Open a biology textbook when you get home.
Bruh.
Yes, it's like you shouldn't mess around if you don't want to find out.
Look good.
Alright guys, we're going to fat test Harry
Alrighty.
Potter's Forbidden Journey here at Hogwarts.
Perfection.
We're going to fat test.
I respect the individuals. Back to my point, if you love this in the show, you didn't have to think, why would you not respect their rights? That's good. That's good too. You made the why would it taste any different to any other restaurant? You made the no, I know. So how do you know it tastes good? Many people might eat people, they do it because they taste good. You wouldn't justify cannibalism, would you?
A bit of the list.
Will someone get that man a hammer? He seems low on happiness. You want to eat grass and drink almond milk? Go for it. Just do it and shut up.
You know, I know they're miserable. When I first became single, I went on Facebook dating. What they put, that they think that they line you up with according to your age, and it's not correct for me. And I saw what they thought my 39 went, and I was like, I am not that matches with that. So I went down about 10-year bracket, and then I was like, now we're talking about so much cheating. Catfishing people. No, I identified at 33.
She thinks she doesn't look 39. While that's definitely up for discussion, she can have that. But she identifies as 33. You think you look good for your age? I catfish.
People can identify whatever they want now. I want to identify as 29. It's cheating.
You are an age identifier?
Yes.
Wow, Joey.
You barely look 39, but I'm not going to be mean today.
Earlier today, I saw a video by Cody Page called Woman of Color. Responding to a comment from someone saying, if you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, keep it health and apply for your life. You know, in this way, I don't have anything out of my
That's in plastic by order of the gift.
It's fine if you don't deserve your sport because of what you've done.
I hope you find something.
It's still with the parent to make that decision as to whether or not they want their child to be learned from. Okay, it's still that facial or emotions
I'll ride with you.
Are very racist.
Would you rather date a convicted felon or a Trump supporter?
A convicted felon. Convicted felon.
Why? What? Well, we speechless. I like your cape. Thank you. It's a flag. What's the flag? Soviet flag. Oh, I take it back. You claimed that the reason that there are more transgender people now is because they are more confused. The hate crimes against transgender people are much higher than those against any other demographic. So it's not more likely that there are more transgender people now because there are more hate crimes in the United States against transgender people or Jews. I guess transgender, but I am not sure if you are certainly not sure if that's right. It's interesting. But you realize that isn't the first thing that you say. For identifying as transgender now, it's increased in hate crimes as opposed to previous decades. It's more
What's that
this has been to get
If you look at comprehensive sex education, which the US does not have the legal self has said, quote, on a general level, I don't think that teachers should be talking about sex in the classroom with kids at all, at any age. It's shown that comprehensive and correct sex education reduces rates of abortion and teen pregnancy. So then, if your goal is to stay lives, why do you not support comprehensive sex education?
Comprehensive sex ed did result in lower levels of abortion, lower levels of unwed pregnancy, and they use values comprehensive sex ed. In the sense that what it was actually teaching is here's how to prevent pregnancy without making an abortion. Then I actually don't have a problem. It depends on the age of the There are other issues that I have in comprehensive sex ed, in fact, what is taught not single biology and sex, and how to prevent pregnancy. Comprehensive sex ed goes a lot further, and I have serious moral problems with that.
This is a rare research opportunity. Can't let it go to waste.
I mean, just to respond briefly to that, I'm confused as that the very language of forcing women into motherhood suggests that in vast majority of cases in which women get pregnant, they had no part in the actual pregnancy making act, which is not true. And I've done nothing. When you get, if you or any of your friends get pregnant, that is generally not having anything to do with me, per se. So I'm confused as to why I would want you to force anything.
I commend her for being such a good sport given the debate, but yes, no one is forcing a woman to do anything in consensual intercourse. Actions have consequences.
Should trans women be included in feminist conversation? How about in women's spaces? Yes, they're women. What's the question? Trans women are women. I want to come at this from the position of an athlete. I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces. As female athletes, we work so incredibly hard for the more opportunity there is in women's sport. Would this be a barrier? There's no barrier. There's less opportunity in some industries than what a barrier is. So it's like you're going to take the full opportunity that we're given. And the problem is we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. I grew up in a 6 foot guy, and I play basketball with him. He's going to body me. Have you tried confidence? Sorry, confidence can't make me bench for the guy benches.
Confidence? Did she really say try confidence? Put her in a ring against an Anderson man. I would like to confidently watch her get body.
As a parent, how would you feel knowing that you don't know which teachers had it, and you've had bad experiences with prior teachers? What if that teacher got absolutely beaten?
So my answer to your question is I feel the same way about the guard in front of my kid's school. I don't really know the guard, but he's gone through training, and presume that he knows what he's doing. And frankly, I feel the same way about a police officer. I don't need a police officer, but they've gone through training and they were willing to take on that responsibility. And so I would apply the same logic. It's so interesting that you bring that up because it really ties back to why I feel like we need to be careful about how much responsibility we're set of teachers for teaching our kids values, right? On the one hand, the system is saying, trust our teachers, they know better than you parents. We should be able to teach them what they need to know about sexuality. On the other hand, guys are admitting that many teachers are not really checked for mental issues. We don't really know what is happening in these classrooms. We don't know about what we might check.
How true and how profound is her thought process? The First Lady has no idea what she's implying, obviously. Once the other lady brought up their rainbow and stereotypics, let's listen. Might learn something.
The governor of Florida, Barron, and women for being involved in forced women in middle school in Florida.
Well, I think this is a good guy because trans women and men are the best thing that ever God created.
God didn't create trans women. There's a confused individuals did that all by themselves. Sorry.
I understand many men have women that have a higher salary rate.
If the money you make changes your attitude towards me, it's not the fact that you make that amount of money, it's the fact that you'll make that amount of money.
a generalization. It changes people. Did the woman change?
Okay, let me ask you this. Oh, okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay? Because you're young enough, it's probably not insulting to ask. So, no, why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60? And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60? You're right, age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
So legally change your people.
You can't legally change your age.
Change your age, change your sex, change your anything.
Just because you can do things legally doesn't mean that they are correct biologically. Lots of things in the past that were incorrect biologically were correct legally. For a long period of time in the United States, sterilization of the mentally ill took place. That didn't make it okay. Skinner versus Oklahoma, Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes decision.
This putting glitter all over a potato, make it a unicorn? It's like attempting to bake a cake by just reading the recipe out loud. You cannot change your gender.
Are you truthfully here to try to change people's minds, or is there kind of a benefit to keeping people divided?
How am I dividing people if I ask you and you disagree, you come to the Bible?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like you have these clickbaity titles that says prove me wrong. What is a woman? You're dividing things very black and white.
What is a woman is not a clickbait title.
I think it is.
What is a woman?
I'm not trying to answer that. Your critics are saying that you're trying to keep people divided. They're urging people not to come talk to you because they're going to spin it. What would you like to say to your critics?
They're welcome to come to the microphone and say whatever they want to me, but they're intellectual cowards and they won't do that. You know how we heal our divides? By talking to people we disagree with.
I would agree with that.
We will get closer to civil war if we act like that. You heal the country when you allow disagreement and you allow a microphone with people that have differing views.
Yeah, of course. And asking what ice cream flavor you prefer is the biggest conspiracy to divide ice cream lovers.
Do you think genitals define gender?
No.
If genitals don't define gender, why does removing them affirm it?
So the person will feel more affirmed if they change their genitals, and it'll help affirm them societally.
Would you say that genitals do define gender?
No, I don't think
Still see.
No.
So, how stupid do you have to be to contradict yourself multiple times in less than a minute and still not catch it? Answer. As stupid as this lady right here. You don't have the right words. Trust me. What's the thing that jumps in at the end? Another good carrier without a gender, I suppose.
So the question we're asking today is, should squatters have rights?
That's our target.
Do landlords have rights? Do we have a right to exclude people from the things that we need? Is housing, do we take things that people need to live and say, you deserve to be able to live? Jesus.
It's just like you say that everyone deserves to have a home, but
are you taking over it illegally? So this guy, if billionaires really earn their wealth, I guess, I believe that without exploitation inherent to it in the system. So you see billionaires they deserve to be earned. Commercialism is also all about exploitation. This. When we see homeless people, do they not deserve anything just because they have money? I don't think anyone is saying that, but that's how you treat them. That's how you treat them. That's not how I treat them. How do you treat them? Okay, well, you say we, say I'm not including myself in that. There's people here, so good, right? It's talking about human rights. There's people that try when it needs to be a man, man's a man.
I still have a so when they're in the hospital, that don't fall within that range. If there's just don't get tied to the floor, more to the contact or
it's just something that you possess by man. Man can conjure a poor person would be expose yourself. Shameful is going to sacrifice the culture that needs nature land to leave. And number 5,
first two games slowly worked out. This is the buffet. Hello and welcome to another video. Today there are no rules for the locals. There's a rule for you though in this video.
This must be how the wind feels.
So close! What's that, Carly? Chicken's like a pony right there. I'm going to miss this pony. The pony that's got rainbow tail, I don't know.
Sparking up the insect.
This generation is like one day. The results will be crazy. Can't wait.
That's everybody what you're about. That one of those is for just a thought. That thought is woo! Josh.
I remember those comments. This video taking the internet bullying.
Bring it on. A Joker video has Spider-Man paid more money than he money for Spider-Man. Bring it on. To get or maybe just bring it on. They want to make it out of Spider-Man making money for Spider-Man.
Bring it on. Seriously. They paid her $7 million. That McGuire got 10. Her character did not deserve to be paid $3 million less than Spider-Man himself. Let's be for real. Feminists and women.
That's you. Oh my god, that's here.
constantly fighting with the clowns and fighting the change. You know that in friendship, you can't go unhide. Like, she's a prostitute. What used to be seen as prostitute?
Yeah, that's the perfect representation of my face. A heterosexual couple playing opposite day dress up.
This is just why I trust this because for some reason right now this seems to be like the biggest question for them. Here is
The biggest question that we have right now is what the f is wrong with people like you?
Seriously? Are you going to call him to talk about now? What is she even yapping about? Who's to breathe?
Trans kid, okay? Like my 7-year-old son is like in the middle, like of medically transitioning, and like, you know, I live in New York, so it's a friendly state, and it's an accepting state, and it's a sanctuary state for trans kids. But now that Donald Trump and JD Vance are coming in, like they're gonna like stop my kid from getting the hormones that like she needs to medically transition. My kid's been exposed to a very like progressive learning environment, and a lot of the stuff that my son Carl watched on television, it really shows like the power of inclusion, the power of love, the power of like accepting like all people. That kind of helped my son Carl realize that like she's really a girl, and like her name is Carla, and now like Trump and JD Vance are gonna stop my kid from like taking the hormones that she needs to be the woman that I know she wants to be. Like it is massive human rights violation.
He can't even get his delusions in a straight line. Your kid, your son, Carl and Carla, the woman she wants to be, that's a 7-year-old boy. Your son doesn't need hormones, he needs a father.
Right-wing extremists on that gender bias, which is very overpressed.
So I'm just going to just really fast. I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm actually
American 500.
I'm a United States Air Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants from the Middle East. I don't give into the right wing. I'm not right wing just because I don't give into that. Like for instance,
Do you believe there are genders?
Yes, I believe there's.
Then you're a right-wing extremist.
That has nothing to do with being right-wing. There's men and women. There's some people have gender
dysphoria. Did you wear a mask during the pandemic?
I definitely did not wear a mask.
Well, then you are like extremist. I'm getting very uncomfortable here. I'm already, risking my life being here that you're not wearing a mask.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Don't worry, everybody, she says spread this. Probably extremists. Everybody is crazy except for her, according to her.
Permit me to shock your socks off.
By the way, as a middle
Understood.
What really hurts the most is the outcome is no longer your friend. It is no longer your idea.
Like that one, it's fun sports, I must say. And it's very on tour. So you can click the bottom, south, you know, all right.
One of us, the boldest, taking care of us. This
Leave this to me. Heels in back. Leave this to me. Heels in back. Hey, get out of there.
What's the bottom? This is just
Trans women do not get periods. We don't have nurses, it's happening. If you're a trans woman and experiencing this, you should probably talk to a doctor about gas and digestion issues. The level of rage exists. All of my trans girlfriends don't go through this. Trans women know we don't get periods. You may experience some symptoms from hormonal fluctuation from HRT, but it is not comparable to what you're in support. We should be respectful for women, trans men, and non-binary people who are experiencing. Having a uterus means you might be able to have a period, and that does not invalidate me as a trans woman, because I can't.
Transgenderism has become a period of womanhood. That's all it really is. Period cramps? Go eat a big dragon fruit, then sit your behind on a toilet.
We'll have to carve it later. Leave this to me. Heels in back.
having this conversation with them, even if the conversation only time that you think is funny is when that makes me mad. That's the only time you are like, it's fun. Have you ever had a girl try to put you on a girl? Like she brings right.
This'll freshen you up quick.
This is the problem, Democrats. You can be weird, but you can be pretentious. And Democrats are really pretentious.
For example, remember when there was like these stories of like the graduates teaching kids how to read and stuff?
And if the mom goes, ew, but the right is graduate teaching them how to make homophobic and incredible people. What? I'm telling you, hey, I don't understand this. You feel a little uncomfortable, and you're going, no one really cares about this. This is a big deal, right? What do you care about? It's like shut up and dribble. Shut your mouth and dribble me. And the second you do that to the majority of the country, which is what you're doing, they start going, man, these guys, Trump fixed this whole thing, but went too far. I can't even ask the question what I do that. He started
also have stories, but you don't see them barging into Canada, do you? Yeah, exactly.
You okay? Nothing broken?
That's good. I'm looking for one.
says college is a sin. We all agree. Deportation for no reason makes me sister. Wonder how they come to themselves for their low IQ and they stood up.
I do. That's why I'm glad to see you. Blackburn's natural on the since they'll see less down.
You're not taking me down.
So, look at me.
That's your hair. I'm holding my natural hair.
That's just laziness. Right, no, for real though, if you want to comb your hair, it's the best. Alright, guys. My favorite part.
That's all you need to know about the modern woman. Modern marriage. Sure, there's great ones, but come on, man.
I'll tell you why, Russell. Here's why. Because he's up against people in the like you. They think he would be right. A gender-neutral Olympics is the most insane thing I've ever heard from any trans activist in history. Lunacy. Right.
People turned out, I think, in masses to the polls on November 5th to embrace Donald Trump, to embrace the American First Agenda, to embrace his patent case. But more so, I believe people turned out to the polls to reject absurdity. And that is exactly what the past 30 minutes have been on the program. It's simply entirely absurd.
Okay, I'll ask you. Bring back Russell, we can find the hit each other. Right, yeah, why not?
This is a rare research opportunity.
The no Paralympian your diversity, equity, and inclusion turns out to be unequal and any Paralympian are equal.
Favorite thing was seeing his lips moving without hearing a single sound. Paralympics and the Olympics.
We're not clapping into a quarter. Exhibit K in our box field. Y'all know that scroll. Once I got kicked out of the field. So this is for free for the back. Yeah. She said the word bad is third. And she don't say it, right? So you don't use that word because of morals and it's a slur, right? So is this you? You just make up stories on the slide, huh? That's how you did. That's how you got the lip driver to be trapped. Driving, recording, creating false stories. You ain't even getting that car that's in everything. But I digress. If you want to support me during this situation, make sure to follow my Twitch. He's on my TikTok. We'll be on to
You remember the morbidly obese versus the Lyft driver case, right?
How you can get people to stop being trans.
I think we're going to tell boys that they're not girls.
So we're going to tell boys that they're not girls.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah. That's what we've done for most of this, right?
I can promise to God that I didn't listen.
Yeah, well, because we live in a time that is affirming the transgender delusion. But if we lived in a more sensible time,
Probably you would listen, and you might have had some. And I think we should just return to a more sensible kind of politics.
You're not giving a solution on how you're even capable of doing that.
Then we kick the fellas out of the boys' bathroom, we kick the trans children teaching at school. We just enforce the law as it was before 2015.
There was a law prohibiting trans women to go into the women's bathroom or trans men going into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, it's there in the term women's bathroom.
That's a law.
That's why men can't go
That's a law.
Yes, there are all sorts of laws against public indecency, for one, against men going into women's sports leagues. There are all sorts of regulations against that, or at least there were until recently. We did not have established in public life transgenderism. It's a very, very recent.
That's not true.
That's
not true about the two-spirited people.
What is the two-spirited people?
In the indigenous community, they are. I don't want to get into semantics, but I know that fact is that there has always been trans people.
Do you know where the phrase two-spirited came from? It came from the third annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian Americans Conference in 1990. And the woman who coined that term,
I just think that that's true.
Yes, the woman who coined that term, hold on, let me just finish my point. The woman who coined that term, Maya Laramie, admitted somewhat recently that the term two-spirit came to her in a dream in 1990. Now, the Ojibwe Nation actually has translated this term. It's the Niche Mani Duwag, but they translated it from the English in 1990.
How you're capable of eradicating an entire percentage of people by setting laws, because people are so...
I think you're choosing not to hear what I'm saying, because I'm saying we don't want to eradicate any people. We want to eradicate, but the other word is transgenderism, which is an ideology.
I am a transgender person.
You are a confused person. You're not.
I'm so secure in myself, and there's other women in this room that are also been trans for 20 plus years, 7 years, babe, that know exactly what they're doing.
You're confused because it's not possible for a man to become a woman.
Somebody without knowing their bodily autonomy, anything that's going on with their medical history, anything.
Because I know the basics of human nature. I know that you're human, and I know a little bit about human nature, and I know that a boy can't become a girl. So that's what I know. We know what women look like. That's why you guys inject yourself to get as close to the prototype as you can. It's so sad. It's me. See, you thought you were bad and early bad because you went to a country. No, you should though. I was a comedian myself. I wasn't trying to be famous. You thought I was a kid. It's okay. You still cool. Well, that was one long overdue humbling. What is the point that you're making? She's been being education. You fought real hard for that question? Obviously, I'm not going to stand up with I think she's a young lady. She's good. Is everyday pajama day, or have they given up on life already?
Why do you think black women get upset when they see a black man date and or marry a white woman?
Black women, they speak their mind, and we tell you what we're going to accept and what we're not going to accept from you, period. And a white woman is not going to tell you what you should do, what you should not do. And they're not going to put their foot down, and they're not going to tell you, hey, I want you to do this, and I want you to do that. And they're not going to speak on that, because you know why? Because they're white.
She's making the black man in her analogy sound like a kid that is incapable of doing anything. That is the problem.
In this society,
that's what God here had got for it. They voluntarily considered their labor and they got paid for it. They didn't. That's why it was riot.
Because there are other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options in our capitalist.
That's totally factually correct. Make your own goods.
There aren't very many options for that.
So what they're trying to say is you outsource your goods instead of listening to capital voluntary. Is you don't want to spend the time to make your own clothes. Your own clothes.
There aren't very many options for that.
So all in all, this is three challenge.
Is you don't want to spend the time to make your own clothes.
I'm trying to say, to make the argument, I don't make my own clothes, but I'm happy that something gets the job, that I don't have to go make my own clothes. I'm actually really happy about that. Restate your question. I'm really happy that Southeast Asia is experiencing an economic renaissance, so I don't have to go make my own clothes. And some of these clothes are made in Italy because they're quite expensive.
And people run alive in factories so you can buy your clothes for cheaper.
I think that's a wonderful thing.
Okay.
Thank you for your feeling-induced emotional argument, and henceforth, we prove it again.
See what people mean when they call them pretentious and virtue signaling? If you hate it so much, do something about it. There are people that make their clothing out of recycled plastics. Are they weird? Yes, but at least they are honest and weird.
I'm gonna be on a podcast, right? So, y'all think men should start putting their hands on women again?
Podcast license, please. Podcast jewelry and tattoo, please. We all know a guy in friendship with them if they were to start because these are the things that they will be saying. How does that even come into your mind to say it publicly and to allow it to even post it? What type of question? Not saying that these are the things that man them, speak about within themselves. No, but we all know a guy that's just so unhinged in a friendship with to say something so stupid like that. What do you mean should men start putting their hands on women? Does that even make sense? No, genuinely, does that even make sense? Come on.
Podcast equipment needs to quadruple in price. You also should get a psych evaluation before you can own or hold a microphone.
Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on cover if the WNBA is the year? Because
why couldn't they have made a league the athlete of the year? Because the athlete of the year goes to an meaning one athlete. A better question is, why can't you be happy that this is the first time an athlete in the WNBA has gotten the sport? Why are you not simply clapping for Caitlin Clark and saying, good job, guys, the WNBA is getting more representation? A little birdie tells me that it's something to do with her skin. So many women that have my color are mad about the fact that a white girl came into that league and dominated it her rookie year. So much to the point where she got athlete of the year. It's almost like these people don't want their sport to grow. It's like they want the WNBA to continue to struggle. She's talking about it being the league of the year. It's still on pace to lose tens of millions of dollars this year. So why would it make sense for that to be the league of the year when it can't even turn a profit? There was another part of the video I found interesting. Let's check it out. Wait, actually, before I move on, I want you to hear this because I want to give this woman credit because what I think she said.
for the fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. It's pretty special. So after being the Times Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark apologized for her white privilege and says the WNBA is a player.
Just great that she said that. The real honorable thing is don't take the award. Give the award to the person you believe deserves it.
It's so really bad because they're sitting players of color that are equal to never got the recognition.
Females with this skin color hate the fact that she came into that league and dominated it the way that she did. In addition to that, they hate the fact that she got so much more attention than it needed. The right from just saying, yeah, she came in, she played great, she earned it. They gotta make it about themselves, make it about race, play the victim, cry, whine. I don't know how to this. I hate the fact that Caitlin Clark win. Yeah, Caitlin Clark got the award, but you better know that women of my skin color are the ones who built this league. So when there's a player that comes in their rookie year and has an impact, the performance, and influence on the sport that she's had, then y'all can whine and cry. But there was nobody putting butts in seats of having the same influence that she's had. Rather than cry and complain about it, accept it as reality and work to get better and do better. I'm so tired of us complaining and crying because a white girl's good at basketball and has had a major impact on the WNBA. By the way, positive. Now, you guys are doing everything you can to try to ruin that impact. It's idiotic, but she's had a positive impact on that league. But keep working to destroy it. Keep it up. Keep it up for your egos. Keep working to destroy it. It's so sad.
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Curry, Shaq. No one whined in their time. No one called the NBA.
And today we're showing you the best methods of gold ticket and decoration farming in Monster Hunter Wilds. As you approach the end game of Monster Hunter Wilds, you'll start finalizing your builds. And one of the most important aspects of building an armor set is the decorations you place on them. Although the game gives you a good way to acquire them, there is a better way. So, here's how to add many more decorations to your collection. A simple way of explaining this is that you can trade Nightflower Pollen for gold melding tickets. Now, these tickets are then traded to Mio Studio, who works the melding department, to level weapon and armor decorations, weapon relics, and even some hard armor spears. The only difficult part of this farming method is to find the Nightflower Pollen, which only appears during specific conditions. However, there is a way to obtain Nightflower Pollen easily by following these simple steps we are going to go through today.
reasons that we same reasons. Maybe they just need second forever. It's still has a caveats to it. It has the most division. Do you agree or is that divinity and monster? It has a lot of it's killed.